it's Angie B with BallerAlert.
Hey, Angie.
How are you doing, Shay?
Okay, I was like, was I not supposed to say hey back? My bad. Hey, I just can't help it. I'm like, hey, how you doing, Angie?
No, that's fine. You're a human.
Hmm?
This is an interaction. I know it's a little weird on your end because we're
A little
virtual,
weird.
but
Yeah.
super excited for this movie and this premiere Fight Night. Everyone's been talking about it. So we wanted to talk about the source of inspiration that drew you upon writing this series. What in particular was it about this series that drew you to it, and how was it presented to you in the first place?
Um, what drew me to it is is definitely kind of a multi-part answer, but it was a lot of different things. Like as a creative, it's all of the things I love that really excite me from a storytelling perspective. It's history. I'm a big history guy. It's African American history. I'm really big into that. It's a kind of a local story where the city's a character. Really big into that. You have these two dynamic characters, like from two opposite. It's like a Western. You got two dynamic characters from opposite sides of the spectrum that have to come together to try to like solve this crime in order to essentially save one of their lives. Oh yeah, and I happen to be from the place where where all of this went down. You know what I mean? I'm literally a product of it. So all those elements were just. It was just like check box check, check box check box check box. It was like everything I want to do. It's honestly like, it really sounds cliche, but it's honestly the reason I got into this business, because I wanted to be able to tell elevated stories that center marginalized people. You know what I mean? In mainstream genre storytelling, which I think I just repeated myself. But that was something that was always important to me, and this show hit all those marks. And in terms of how it came to me through the traditional kind of avenues. It came through my representation. I had never heard of the story being from Atlanta. I heard of the fight. I did not know about the robbery. So as soon as I found out about it, I went home. I went back to Atlanta, talked to like my aunts, uncles, my best friend had a connection to Chicken Man. I ended up meeting with Gordon Williams Jr., Chicken Man's son, Jeff Keating, who produced the podcast. It really was a chance for me to come home, because I haven't been home in a while, and explore this terrain that because I'm from Southwest Atlanta. And so it was like, I was born to do it. I know it sounds cliche, but if you look at like all those elements, I was born to do this project. And also this project, which had been going on for a while, it needed the limited series format to be able to tell this story with the breadth that we're able to do it. So I think sometimes, like, and I've said this, I think like sometimes stories and projects are just trying to find the right kind of village behind it, the right vessel to tell it through. And I feel like Fight Night is the perfect example of that.
I absolutely love that. And the passion you have for the history obviously shows, through the work. How did you all decide that it was going to be a series rather than a movie? Walk me through that
decision.
process.
That decision happened before I came in, and I just think, like I said, I think it was just the right decision. I think for a while, it was being, they tried to make it as a movie, and it was just a lot of different factors that, it got pretty far a few times, and it was just a lot of different factors that ultimately like ended up, halting the process. But thank God that the limited series became this like really prestigious format for telling these type of stories. Like this is such a great idea and concept of project for the limited series, because it gave me an opportunity to do the thing which I really wanted to do, which was obviously tell the story, but kind of tell it from like a kind of like this global perspective in terms of like the community, like to be able to go into the robbers storylines. Like, wouldn't have been able to do that in a movie. We wouldn't have had the real estate. So it gave us the opportunity to really explore these characters and explore from like this kind of like big kind of like ensemble perspective, even though obviously the center of the show is Chicken Man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shay. I'm so excited for the rest of the world to see it and comment on it. And phenomenal job. Thank you, guys.
I can feel your excitement. Thank you so much. That means so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it.